You finally reached the summit. You climbed for years, sacrificed everything, and now you are standing at the very top. But instead of euphoria, there is only a hollow, heavy silence. Why does the victory feel so empty? If you did everything right, why does the reward feel like nothing at all? We need to look at the mechanics of how your brain processes success. We often treat life like a series of milestones to be conquered. We assume that once a goal is reached, a permanent state of satisfaction will follow. But the human brain is not designed for permanent satisfaction. It starts with neurochemistry. According to researcher Wolfram Schultz, dopamine neurons actually fire more intensely during the anticipation of a reward than during the reward itself. The chase is more stimulating than the catch. This means your brain is biologically wired for the pursuit, not the possession. Once the objective is secured, the chemical surge drops instantly. You aren't failing, you are experiencing a biological reset. This leads to a phenomenon known as hedonic adaptation. Research in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that most people return to a baseline level of happiness within 6 to 12 months of a major life event. Your new reality becomes your new normal very quickly. The promotion, the house, or the degree stops being a triumph and starts being just life. The novelty evaporates, leaving you back where you started. This is why wealth doesn't solve the void. The National Bureau of Economic Research found that happiness levels tend to plateau once basic needs and a certain level of income are met. Beyond that, more money does not equal more meaning. There is a deeper psychological risk at play here called identity foreclosure. The American Psychological Association notes that high achievers often tie their entire sense of self to a single, massive goal. When that goal is finally achieved, the person you were becomes obsolete. You no longer have a mountain to climb, and without the climb, you don't know who you are. The identity you built is gone. This creates a terrifying vacuum. You expected the goal to provide a foundation, but instead, it removed the scaffolding that held you up. You are standing on solid ground, but you feel like you are falling. We often confuse pleasure with purpose. We pursue hedonic well-being, which is the pursuit of immediate gratification and sensory pleasure. But these are fleeting and inherently unstable. True satisfaction comes from eudaimonic well-being. This is a concept rooted in finding meaning through growth, contribution, and living in alignment with your values. It is a slow burn, not a sudden explosion. The mistake isn't in working hard, it's in what we are working toward. If your goals are purely external, they will always leave you hungry. They are destinations, and destinations are always finite. To fix this, we have to shift our focus from the outcome to the process. If the joy is only at the finish line, you spend 99% of your life in a state of lack. You must find value in the friction of the struggle. We live in a culture that sells us the arrival fallacy. It is the illusion that once we reach a certain point, we will finally be happy. It is a carrot on a stick that moves as we approach it. This creates a cycle of endless striving. We achieve, we crash, and then we immediately set a new, even larger goal to escape the emptiness. We are running on a treadmill that we built ourselves. The solution isn't to stop achieving, but to change the why. When the goal is an expression of your character rather than a trophy for your ego, the emptiness lessens. The achievement becomes a byproduct, not the end. Focus on mastery instead of status. Mastery is an infinite game. There is always a deeper level of skill to uncover. Unlike a trophy, mastery cannot be lost or taken away. Connect your achievements to something larger than yourself. When your success serves a purpose beyond your own validation, it gains a weight that dopamine cannot provide. It becomes meaningful. You must learn to sit with the silence after the victory. Don't rush to the next mountain just to avoid feeling the void. The void is actually an invitation to redefine who you are. Instead of looking for a finish line, look for a direction. A direction provides constant movement without the crushing weight of a final destination. It allows for a life of continuous becoming. Here's something most people don't know. Your brain is actually biologically programmed to be dissatisfied. Evolutionarily, a human who was perfectly satisfied would stop hunting and stop surviving. Your restlessness is a survival mechanism that has gone haywire in a modern world. Meaning isn't something you find at the end of a journey, it's the quality of the journey itself. Stop waiting for the arrival to start living. The goal was never the destination, it was the person you became while trying to reach it.